If you want to develop your self-discipline, you do well to listen to the words of Marcus Aurelius. He was the emperor of Rome and is considered the last of the 5 good emperors. During his reign, Aurelius found time to write a series of autobiographical works known today as meditations. In these writings, the Roman emperor offers several key ideas on how to develop self-discipline. Here are 10 of the most important ideas on self-discipline from the writings of Marcus Aurelius. Number 1. Self-discipline begins with discovering your purpose. Marcus Aurelius says, "I must go to work as a human being. What should I complain about if I am doing what I was born to do? What I was put into the world for? Or was I created to snuggle under the blankets and stay warm?" Marcus Aurelius believed that we all have a purpose, something we were created for. It is our duty to fulfill that purpose, as it is this purpose that gets us out of bed each morning. If you have a clear idea of your goals and how your task fits into them, you're much more likely to achieve them. For example, let's say you have a flat tire and need to change it. Your goal is clear. Change the tire as quickly as possible so you can continue on your way. You will accomplish this task no matter how tired you feel. The greatest source of self-discipline is having a reason to complete the task. If you don't know what to do, just start. If you want to become a writer, write every day. If you want to be an artist, draw and create every day. For anything you want to do, you don't need extra motivation, research, or advice. Just start practicing what interests you and tackle each day as it comes. Because it's your purpose that will give you an inner desire, a drive, and a motivation to propel you toward your goal. Self-discipline is about finding compelling reasons to do something and then committing to seeing that task or activity through to the end. Number 2, rely on yourself. According to Marcus Aurelius, you must turn your desire into stone, calm your appetites, and keep your mind focused inward. Once you have a solid goal, it's time to build a practical action plan to help you achieve it. You must not only commit to achieving your goals, but also to completing all the small actions you will undertake along the way to reach those goals. We must fully commit to doing whatever it takes to get the job done, regardless of the obstacles to overcome. Self-discipline is the ability to force yourself to act, to do what you need to do, regardless of your physical, mental, or emotional state. Everything you want in your life, everything you want to have, be, and do, depends on your ability to take the necessary steps to reach your goals, whether you feel like it or not. You can start by developing an effective action plan that includes a deadline for achieving your goal. This plan should also be built around mini-steps that break your goal into manageable pieces. These mini-steps will allow you to work toward the desired result in small chunks, putting you in the driver's seat. It gives you a sense of control over the tasks and projects you're working on. What you ultimately want to avoid is succumbing to overwhelm. Overwhelm can quickly lead to procrastination, and procrastination can then lead to stagnation. And of course, where there is stagnation, self-discipline cannot exist. Number 3, be active every day. Marcus Aurelius says, "You must build your life action by action, and be satisfied if each one achieves its goal as much as possible, and no one can stop you." Even after having a solid goal and a practical plan, 95% of us fail to achieve our goals. We fail because we are not consistent. We need to be active every day and put in the effort. Simply showing up and immersing yourself in your craft works wonders for mental endurance. You focus and accept the arduous process required to achieve something great. You must dedicate countless hours of work before reaping the rewards. Self-discipline is nothing more than the habit of consistency, the motivation to do something over and over until you do it on autopilot and start seeing results. So even if you fail once, for example, if you didn't exercise when you knew you should have, it doesn't define your character. It's your ability to keep going that makes you a disciplined and strong person. A bad day doesn't have to become a bad week. A bad week doesn't have to become a bad year. As soon as you wake up, remind yourself that the new day is a new life. Move forward by opening your eyes and focusing on what is in front of you, which is life itself. Number 4, practice voluntary hardship. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, we should discipline ourselves in small things, and from there progress to things of greater value. If you have a headache, train yourself not to curse. Don't curse every time your ears hurt. And I'm not saying you can't complain, but don't complain with your entire being. Voluntary hardship is one of the ways we can develop our self-discipline. Voluntary hardship means constantly testing yourself. By making life uncomfortable in some way, we toughen ourselves for the day when we will have to live it for real. A voluntary hardship might involve skipping a meal and being hungry for a night, taking a cold shower, not smoking, sleeping on the floor, leaving your jacket at home when you know it's cold and rainy, or giving half of your clothes to charity. You can choose to go without social media for a few days or throw your smartphone in a drawer. Do this often enough and you'll begin to understand what scarcity and hardship feel like, and realize that you can live with both if necessary. Number 5, practice the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius says, "You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this and you will find strength." Being anxious or upset over small things instantly is terrible for discipline. You have a goal, you're working, and then thoughts and distress about something external, which is outside of your control, derail you. The best thing you can do in these circumstances is to apply the dichotomy of control. What is under your control and what is beyond your control? If you accept what is beyond your control, you will know peace. Refer to the following thought process next time you are distressed and distracted. Do you have a problem in your life? No? Then don't worry. Yes? Can you do something about it? Yes? Then don't worry. No? Then don't worry. Number 6, never play the victim. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, do your work without complaining. Have you ever said any of these things? I was born this way. I never learned anything different. My parents set a very bad example. Everyone does it. What are these? Excuses that people use to justify staying as they are instead of striving to become better. You must take responsibility. The why me mentality is the enemy of mental strength. You may not be at fault, but your life depends on your ability to determine what is under your control and to take charge of those things. You need to train yourself to phrase things this way instead of immediately feeling sorry for yourself. It's certainly easier to blame others when something goes wrong, but only those with a certain level of mental strength are able to step in, even when it's not their fault, and correct the course. Be the person who takes action, not the one who looks away and shifts the blame to others. When you victimize yourself or blame others, you relinquish control and absolve yourself of personal responsibility. And without a sense of belonging, significant progress becomes an impossible task. Number 7, practice delayed gratification. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "Were you born to feel good rather than to do things and experience them? Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, the spiders, and the bees going about their tasks, bringing order to the world as best they can? And yet you don't want to do your work as a human being? Why don't you hurry to do what your nature requires?" A delayed gratification involves the ability to wait to get what you want. Imagine a company Christmas party where trays of delicious and tempting foods are laid out before you while you're trying to lose weight. If you give in and fill your plate with fatty treats, you might derail your diet but enjoy a bit of instant gratification. If you manage to resist and spend the evening eating salad and snacking on carrot sticks, you'll likely receive an even greater reward in the end, losing those extra pounds and fitting back into your favorite skinny jeans. This ability to resist temptation and stick to our goals is often called self-discipline, and delaying gratification is often seen as a central element of this behavior. We put off what we want now in order to possibly get something better later. Number 8, ignore the detractors. Marcus Aurelius says, "When another blames or hates you, or when people voice similar criticisms, go into their soul, penetrate inside, and see what kind of people they are. You'll realize there's no reason to be upset that they hold a particular opinion about you. Anytime you step out of the norm and declare, even just to yourself, that you believe you have a special purpose in life and that you are going to do whatever it takes to achieve it, you will attract opposition. Detractors are the people who criticize, oppose something, or are against you as a person. Detractors love to say no. They may love you, but they fear progress, so they are against everything, and their opinions are simply terrible for your self-discipline. You must realize that allowing yourself to be upset by the opinion of someone you don't know or don't respect is as foolish as worrying about the weather. It's a waste of energy. Their voice does not deserve to be heard. Do not give your peace of mind to external people who can disturb it at will. You must actively seek out honest feedback from those you respect. But if someone habitually speaks ill of you, ignore them. Number 9. Find wise people to emulate. Marcus Aurelius says, "It will also be helpful to associate with men of good reputation in order to model your life on theirs, whether you choose someone living or from the past." It is now time to look outward for answers that will help you strengthen your self-discipline, specifically by identifying role models to follow. Your role models can be your friends, family, or colleagues who have already achieved the goal you have set for yourself. Ask yourself, who is doing this right now? Who has successfully reached this goal? Who has managed to master this habit? Who has succeeded in making this change? Who has the necessary self-discipline in this area? And what can I learn from this person that can help me on my journey? Take the time to ask these people how they disciplined themselves. Ask them how they carried out specific actions that allowed them to achieve the desired result. Then, use their experience to help discipline yourself throughout your own journey. Number 10. Honestly review your day. According to Marcus Aurelius, here are the characteristics of a rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and personal determination. It gathers its own harvest. It succeeds in its own purpose. One of the best ways to become more disciplined is to thoroughly examine yourself and find your weak points. Be brutally honest and use this moment to connect with your subconscious. Regularly practicing evening retrospection will allow you to become more self-aware at every step of your day, as you will be actively gathering information to formulate and articulate constructive responses to these questions. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where were my discipline and self-control tested? Where did I succeed? What did I do wrong? Why did this happen? And furthermore, how can I improve? Now that you know how you can improve tomorrow, don't blame yourself. Do as Seneca did and forgive yourself. Have some self-compassion. Studies show that it's self-forgiveness, not self-blame, that prevents you from continuing to procrastinate. Don't just criticize yourself. Think about what you did well so you can repeat it tomorrow. Be grateful for what went well today.